and thanks for joining us on this store today. On top lines this week, multinational convenience store major 7-Eleven lands in India thanks to Reliance Retail. E-commerce majors say tier 2 and 3 consumers will drive the festive sales surge in 2021. And new mall supply in India is set to hit 4.5 million square feet in area, more than double the 2020 expansion. Let's take a look.
New pan-India retail mall supply in 2021 is to touch 4.5 million square feet in area, more than double of 2020 when it stood at approximately 2.5 million square feet in area. Of the total, at least 1.22 million square feet new mall supply is to come up at Bangalore, while another 1.1 million square feet will be set up in Mumbai and Noida across 3 malls each. These trends are coming out of the latest data from an NROC report, which adds that new mall supply will be spread across Tier 1 and Tier 2 cities of India, with 85% of upcoming malls likely to be added in Tier 1 cities and 15% in Tier 2 and Tier 3 cities. Among Tier 2 cities, Lucknow and Amravati collectively have nearly 4.7 lakh square feet of mall space addition across 2 malls planned in 2021. Noting that per capita organized retail space in India is approximately 2 square feet per person compared to the US at 23 square feet per person and Dubai at 16 square feet per person, the report underlines the huge opportunities for mall supply expansion and states that overall growth prospects for the shopping centers in India remain intact. As the festive season sales begin, Flipkart is set to retain its lead in smartphone and fashion categories, while Amazon will rely on Prime members in the October-December period, data from global market research firm Forrester indicates. The data also indicates strong growth in the smartphones, consumer electronics, and large appliances categories. Forrester also expects pent-up demand and new consumers from Tier 2 cities and beyond to drive sales growth in this festive season. Total e-commerce sales for 2021 are estimated to clock in the range of $67 to $84 billion, a significant increase in the total e-commerce sales of 2020 at $52.57 billion, according to the projection from e-commerce solution provider Ecommerce. E-commerce retail sales during the festive season are expected to be between $11 to $14 billion, the Ecommerce report says. Meanwhile, both Amazon and Flipkart have revealed that trends from their respective festive sales promotions kicked off from October 3rd reflect upbeat consumer sentiment and growth from MSME sellers. Reliance Retail Ventures Limited or RRVL has announced a master franchisee agreement with multinational convenience store major 7-Eleven to run the latter store in India. RRVL, through its wholly owned subsidiary 7 Indian Convenience Retail Limited, has entered into a master franchisee agreement with 7-Eleven Inc. for the launch of 7-Eleven convenience stores in India, a Reliance statement said. The first 7-Eleven store in India is set to open tomorrow, October 9, in Andheri, East Mumbai. The debut will be followed by a rapid rollout across the Greater Mumbai cluster to start with, the statement added. A rapid expansion plan is on the anvil, and Dallas, Texas headquartered 7-Eleven Inc. will also support RRVL in implementing and localizing the 7-Eleven convenience retail business model of India, including bringing best-in-class processes and practices, Reliance said. Founded in 1927, 7-Eleven operates through over 71,000 locations across the world.
Our guest on the C-suite this week is Sidhant Keshwani, Managing Director and CEO of ethnic wear retail company Libas. He tells us why the retailer is opening offline stores when consumers seem to be headed the digital way, and also how it is hoping to touch 200 brand stores across India by 2025. Here are some excerpts from the discussion. For Libas, you started off as a physical retailer, standalone store in 1985. And then in 2013, you went online, you kind of reinvented yourself. And then just in September, last month, you made a return to the offline format with 2 new stores in Delhi itself. Why go offline now when consumer traffic seems to be headed the other way, the digital way? And also, brick and mortar retail is also expensive business, especially now. So what is it that you feel a physical experience can deliver that an online experience perhaps cannot?
What we feel is that there are a lot of brands in our country are actually following the trends that we've been seeing in the Western world, where people are moving online and in a very, very rapid pace, and the offline market is kind of getting a little empty, and a lot of brands are dying. However, when it comes to our country, only because of the sheer population, that math we feel does not work in the same way. Even today, I think the biggest, fastest growing industry in our country is e-commerce. At the same time, it's still less than 10% of our overall retail pie. But we feel it's not worth it to miss out on that 90% of the population who's still shopping online. Sorry, offline. And they are going to move eventually, but that process is going to be slightly slower as compared to a lot of other countries.
As we speak, there are some 100 plus D2C fashion brands, and that number really rises literally every month. So obviously, this means there's enormous potential for the sector, but it also means there's cutthroat competition out there as well, especially with the larger companies also now boosting their online plays. How do you ensure long-term growth in this environment?
See, e-commerce, like we said, is one of the fastest growing industries today in our country. And ethnic wear, particularly today, stands at about, I think, the market share of ethnic wear in e-commerce is about $17 billion, and it's only going to grow to $25 billion by 2025. And definitely there is massive growth potential. And apart from that, how you stay alive in the competition, one of the main ways to do that is by creating customer loyalty. We've been able to do that for the past 6, 7 years in our life. I mean, in our journey with e-commerce. In fact, we have one of the highest customer return rates, which stands at about 42%, which is unheard of for most brands, especially in e-commerce. And loyalty programs, just things to kind of keep the customer engaged with the brand. And that's why we are doing a lot of activities on social media and otherwise to keep the customer engaged so that we don't lose out on that customer. And we take customer data very, very seriously. So we work on a lot of trends and data that we gather from our previous customers and our market reports as well. And we make sure that we implement those things in our collection so that we are not out of fashion or we are not out of the market and things like that.
And that completes this week's quick retail wrap on the store. Thank you so much for watching. Sidhant Keshwani's full interview will be broadcast on Sunday, October the 10th. Do look out for it. Also, please subscribe to our channel on YouTube, Indiaretailing.com, to watch all of our episodes. We'll see you next week. Until then, have a great weekend and goodbye.